Well, before we start on some more War for America, I'll give you a little look down here. We've changed our South Mountain, and I actually found a relief, topographical relief of South Mountain. So there you go. Not as big and gaudy. Here's what we had last time. And it wasn't the scale. I was just trying to get it going. But yeah, we kind of had a little bit of this going on with the last one. But yeah, you can see desert. And this is more, like I said, South Mountain. Now we had to spruce it up a little bit. Add a little bit more greenery to it. And some shades and shadows. But the good thing about it is here, look on scale, and this is a map I've been using a lot of. You can see South Mountain there. We want to look down here on the scale, 0 to 10. I got it marked on this thing here because I want to get a scale on how wide South Mountain is. And we'll go over to maybe this little pass point here, Monterey Pass. I think that's also called Fox's Gap. But if you look around here, you can see the 10-mile mark pretty well covers it. 10 miles wide. All right, now I also got 10 miles marked on this. It's 5 hexes. Making sure our mountain is wide enough. And I've had to increase this thing in size of my printer, but I think I finally got it. There you go, 10 miles from side to side. There's the gap we were talking about. And there you go. So I think it's pretty much to scale. But there's the old South Mountain. And we still got our cities to put on. They've all been moved around and stuff. All this is floating around. We're just getting a rough estimate. But I was able to get a South Mountain topographical for my map. Love and life. We're progressing. We're progressing. We just used a piece of paper. We use this one later. But like I said, this is more of a desert map. So there we go. It's all greened up for the July time of year. And that is topographical view of South Mountain. I can get some shade I put in there. So, like I said, I had to touch it up a little bit. That'll be it for now. We'll get back with some War for America. Really haven't attended anything on that San Diego HISCon. Like I said, I should have known when I first looked at the events. It was really short on teach and plays. That's one of the things that is really key to that Armchair Dragoons tournament or conventions. They have a lot of what's called teach and play sessions, and they're smaller groups. I think at the most it's 10 or something like that. But yeah, we live and learn. But we are definitely going to be looking on the computer. I've yet to do that. I've just got so much stuff going on with fantasy basketball, this, that. And you don't want to ignore the old pet and the beautiful girlfriend. So everybody's gonna be entertained. What do they call that on the Love Boat? The old entertainment coordinator. So there you go. We're gonna get back here and play some more War for America. Really exciting part of that game. We'll be right back. Continuing with the Colonial Action Pulse. After old Schuyler. Oh, was it Schuyler? Oh, it was Gates. That's right. Oh, Gates. This guy's butt beat at Norwich. Nice little pouncing. Now a little bit of panic in the colonial ranks on what does Washington do. He's only got himself a few militia there at Ticonderoga. He's being closed in on by some big forces of the British. Northeast of his position, mostly east-northeast. Oh, I'm thinking this hold on. He'll be all right. We still have a retreat path back to Valcour, but our line of communication is cut after if we get out of there. Oh, what are we looking at here? I should put that there when I'm talking. Thinking about Lincoln. Need to get him up. There's a big waterway up there too. Get an extra movement. Maybe clear out some of these spots south of Washington. Lincoln is on his way. We're rolling for him with a 5. Now let's see what else we could have did. Oh, we could bring old Gates back on. He didn't get captured, so he avoided prisoner exchange, I guess is what that is. Let me see if I don't have no spot really for him right now. I'm not worried about him. We will roll for Lincoln 5 or less to get his full complement of 4 movement. He gets it. So he'll be moving. Oh, he can't pick up. See, he can't pick up these boys because they can't move out of this little shaded zone there. Unless you gotta stay in their region. So he's gonna leave with moving stuff around here, moving stuff around with his regulars. There you go. And well, that's a short route. We got screwed on that one. There's 1 just to get to Northampton. 2 to get to Northfield. Ooh, that hurts. 3 to get there, and 4 if I want to engage Neffhausen. Oh, with the 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll take the other route if we can to Saratoga. Let me check this out. We're at Springfield. We're right back. Be done with the move here in a second. All right, there'll be a battle at Saratoga. Either way, it takes up my full movement points. Leaving from Springfield. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get there, and there's going to be a battle with 1 strength point. Now, I can't go any further than that, no matter what the strength point decides to do. As a British player, it's prudent to roll for withdrawal or retreat. So we will roll 1 die looking for that 1 or 2 result. So we can withdraw and get more strength points as we retreat. Oh. 5, he won't be able to do that. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1 attack. Oh, nothing going on for an overrun there, so we're gonna have to battle it out. Leader value is a B for Lincoln. Not a bad leader value. Do this real quick. I think it's a +2 or 3. +2. So we get 2 for Lincoln. Oh, 4 to 1 odds is a +3. That's let me see here. Lincoln. There's a B. Ooh, we're looking at a +5 because we get a 4 to 1 odds or greater. You can see there +3. It's a 5. Everybody's got their lines of communication. Regulars versus militia, everything's good. We will give you roll with a +5 on our side. Oh, no lead or anything, or any die roll modifiers for the British. The only thing would be if everybody's got a line of communication. Oh, you know what? Looky here. Oh, he does. He could trace it back to Cornwallis. I was looking at the other strength point. That strength point there, if we attacked him, he wouldn't have no line of communication. But this little boy does. So we're just rolling. +5 for the Colonials. Ooh, Colonials get a 14. 6 for a 1 strength pointer. 1 strength point come down here to 6. No result. And I'm sure ours with a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a 14. 6 with the 14 is 2. He's gone. All right, that's as far as Lincoln can go, but we eliminated the British regulars that were set or left behind by who was it? Cornwallis, maybe. And the reason he couldn't have left a garrison is he's not an army, so he had to weaken his force by dropping these boys. If he was an army, he could drop a garrison at no cost. Garrisons aren't as strong as these anyway, so. But anyway, that's the result. We'll be right back. All right, Lincoln could not quite make it there. Now, it shows you these, for lines of communication, these blue symbols are these areas that are blue shaded. I mean, by default, them are colonial controlled, so we don't really have to leave any garrison there. Now, if we were up here with the red, that's a different story. So that's just it. That's why the British had to leave garrisons down there and troops for lines of communication. Ain't friendly territory. Up here they don't have to, we do. The Class Colonial. So there you go. We're done with the Colonial last action pulse. Wow. Move this on over. We're moving to the fall now. We'll start over with the initiative roll. Remember that the British were last. Move all these on up. We got a new season coming up. These seasons are going by quick. This game might be quicker than I thought. Get everybody up here. All right. There you go. Let's see what goes on. We'll go down here. We can finish the action cycle. Both players check for victory. No. Advance the year marker and our season marker to the next box. We'll go from the late summer to the fall. Oh, okay. I think there's some stuff that's involved in winter, so the British have to make sure they got their fleets and some good harbors. I think Halifax and Quebec, or else they suffer some kind of adverse effects during the winter, so that's one thing to worry about. This year, I think we got to worry about winter quartering and everything else too. So, I want to get these troops in magazine spots or fortress spots. We're going to look all that up before we get going too far. And then as far as both players check for reinforcements, we'll check the British first. Fall of 1776, and they get 3 more British regulars and 2 more Germans. Wow! Directly in any controlled port. So there you go. We don't have to move them. Add a Lake Navy to St. Jean, Canada, if controlled. All right, what goes on with the Colonial? 1776 fall. They add a Lake Navy at Ticonderoga, if controlled. Oh, you know what? We do control that. That's good. We'll check this on out. All right. We'll be back. I got a lot of homework to do to look and see, make sure we're following the right procedures. Check for reinforcements. Transfer leaders. We're transferring leaders now. We've decided to go ahead and transfer them during this little stage here, despite what's written on the card. It's not that specific. All right, let me do some house cleaning and we'll be back. To start with the reinforcement phase, we're introduced to the concept of Lake Navies, and the British goes to St. Jean if not controlled by the colonial player. Well, St. Jean is empty and it's red, so by default it is controlled by the British player. They're able to bring on their Lake Navy. Now we have 3 British strength points and 2 German strength points we can bring in on reinforcements this turn. And it has the caveat or the instructions directly to any controlled ports. I guess what they're trying to avoid is you rolling and having them stuck out in the ocean during the winter or something. I'm not sure, but any controlled port we're going to bring them in at, and that is going to be Quebec. So there you go. 5 strength points more in Quebec. That'll take care of the British reinforcements. I'm pretty sure the Colonials get their Lake Navy also. And it's supposed to come in at Ticonderoga if controlled by the Colonials. And luckily, we control it. There you go. So let me go check out the colonial reinforcements. Well, let's go look over here together real quick. Fall. That's all we get is a Lake Navy. Ouch. Man, they're outmanning us. We'll be right back. Ready to roll for the initiative for the first action pulse of the fall action cycle. And that's been a long day for me. I started morning brainstorming at 2 a.m. Let's see, it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going on 19 hours. And we're starting to get a little weary. We will roll for the initiative. Yeah, it's getting late. It's getting that time of night. But we had fun, had a great time. Always looking forward to the next day. And maybe checking out some of that stuff on the Historicon. I mean, like I said, there's seminars on games I'm always interested in any kind of game, but it's always better to be able to pick and choose what games you might want to play and learn. And I really haven't given it a chance, although I did pay $10. That's kind of whatever. All right, we're going to roll for Initiative. And this is definitely important. Lake navies can only operate in Ticonderoga, Valcour, and St. Jean, those 3 spots. What they are kind of like is mobile garrison units that is kind of block the enemy units from going on their space or tracing lines of communication through their spots that were blocked. That's what they do. Let's roll for Initiative, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. All right. The Colonials snatch it back, and they will go first when we come back. Oh, after a nice long winter's nap, we're having a great time. Might see you again for some early morning brainstorm. Until then, good night from the war room section of the man cave. Yeah, calling it a night. I just want to make note, they got the San Diego Historicon rap show. I didn't know it's only Saturday night. To wrap it up on a Saturday night, I don't understand that. But again, another show. It's on YouTube for free, or you can pay $10 and watch it on Discord as part of the convention. Oh shoot! All right, it's getting late. A lot of good guys out here though. Harold Buchanan, the Ancient One, Mark Herman. I don't know this other. I want to say. I don't want to even. I just seen his name, but I don't know it offhand. And I think it's the guy we were actually talking to earlier when we were complaining about not being able to find the link. He said something like, "Well, you can't put the link on the front page because people don't pay their badges." Well, as soon as they pay their badge, have a link appear. I had to search all the way through the news to find. I don't know. Didn't really attend anything at the old Historicon. I did see that there are some conventions, maybe in Indiana or something, a half a day's drive away, coming up in February. A bunch of them were this weekend, and they weren't that far from my house. I would have rather done that. So you gotta plan for these, so you just can't really get too spontaneous. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe one of these days we'll have an episode of GWG at a gaming convention. We're kind of looking forward to it. We'll be back. All right. Well, one little snippet before we finally go. This is just a one-day convention. It was Friday night and Saturday. It wasn't even a freaking 2-day convention. I mean, these guys, you're seeing all these people saying, "Oh, I love the convention." Yeah, whatever. I mean, it was fine. I guess if you wanted to, listen to game designers talk about their games, it's all well enough and good. But like I said, when I think of gaming conventions, I think of places I want to go to play games. Now, this was my 3rd online gaming convention. Out of the 3 that I've attended, I've only actually played games and didn't interact with one of them. The last Armchair Dragoons had a bunch of games going. I did it at the last minute, really didn't have time. So I've wasted my last... well, Armchair Dragoons was only $3, and this one was $10, so I've wasted my last $13 on online conventions that I really didn't attend. Like I said, the Armchair Dragoons one is the one I should have attended, but I paid up last minute. Games take 3, 4, 5 hours, if not longer, to play, and I didn't have that much time on my weekend. So don't join a convention if you ain't got time, and I didn't realize it. And then this one had no games at all to play, so this was just... I think that might be Butterfield. I want to say... not that I know, but I think that's who that is. But we're going to go. That's it. Signing off, and see you down the road playing games.